Okay, hey everybody. Today we are going to paint in our next sketchbook series. We're going to paint a tube of paint. So I'm using my Holbein paints today. They're in a Magella palette, and I'm going to paint a tube of permanent green number 1. I'm not going to trace it. You could trace it, but I only have the small tubes. So I'm just going to try to draw it as best as I can. And I'm just going to lay it flat here. When I get more towards the picture, I'll zoom in so you can get a closer look. But I'm going to start off with the shape. Let's erase that little part that I messed up on. So use whatever paint tube you have, or if you don't have a paint tube, use a toothpaste tube. So okay, this is just a small sketchy drawing. So I'm going to start with a mixing up. I want to use green, of course. So here's permanent green number 1. And I think I can get a gray tone if I mix that. Let's go ahead and get that green in. That way it can be drying. Use a small brush for it. Okay. And then we're going to mix that with a little bit of purple. And we're going to get a nice gray, a little bit more purple. Okay, there's a nice gray. A little bit more purple. Okay. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to get a really watery mix. And I'm going to paint this part down here first. Okay, so let's go in with this purplish gray, real light mix, and go on the cap. We're going to leave some white streaks on it. And I'm going to paint a layer over that. And I'm just going to paint the shadows here to indicate that's white. And I'm wanting this just a little bit more gray to make the shadow. Let's put that just a little bit more green. A little bit more purple. A little bit more green. I can't get a really dark gray. It's mostly brown. Let's see what I can do. Let's see if I can add a little bit of blue to make it darker. There. It's a little bit more gray. Now I'm going to take this, let me water it down a little bit. And let's take this and go around and make our shadow. A little bit of darkness right underneath. Right next to the paint tube. Okay, so I am seeing, I'm going to mix some more green with this and make it just a little bit darker and go over this again. Maybe not totally. Leave a little light underneath it. So we're going to go back and we're going to put some shadows in. Now I'm using a teeny tiny brush so I don't make, if I make a mistake, then I will only have a teeny tiny paint. Let me zoom in because I'm going to put some more shadows in. Now I'm seeing more of a gray up here. And I'm going to rinse my brush, wipe it off, and feather that out. Okay, rinse my brush, blot it, get some paint, and I'm going to turn my book around so I can get this side a little bit easier. Rinse my brush, dry it off, and feather it out. That'll give some dimension to that. Okay, so I see a little bit of darkness right around here at the bottom of the label. And I see a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to take this gray and continue my shadows. And I'm going to put another shadow right here along this edge. Rinse my brush. Take it. Soften the edges. And then, let's see, what do I see on this? I see a dark line right here. And a line right here, kind of a triangle shaped shadow right here. Okay, I'm going to call that painting. I'm done painting the watercolor. I'm going to put just a little bit more shadow under here. Because I see some shadow on my paper. There. Okay, so let's do some writing and some tracing. I'm going to take this and go around my piece. Okay. Alright, so now I'm not going to write exactly what's on the tube, but I'm just going to put watercolor, WC, and then I'm going to write watercolor little over here. Made a mistake, but big deal. And then I'm going to put permanent green. This is permanent green. Permanent green, and then there's some, this says 5 ml, 5 ml, so that's all I'm going to put there. And this is Holbein, so it's got some little Japanese writings, which I'm not going to copy them. I'm just making some scribbles. And then it says NO1. So there's our little tube of watercolor. So that fills up another piece of our sketchbook. So thanks for watching, guys. Send me your pictures either in the comments below, or email or text me. Either one, you know how to get a hold of me. So enjoyed doing this video with you. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to have to find something else to draw.